Good morning students and welcome back to the class. So in the previous class we were discussing about the morphology of the flowering plants. That is the study of external structure of this flowering plant, and we discussed about this flowering plant will be having two parts. The part which is above the ground is shoot system, and the part which is below the ground is root system. Yesterday we discussed about the modifications of root and modifications of stem, and today we will discuss about the leaf. Okay, and these leaves are lateral appendages and flattened structures. Okay, and which are born on the this stems. Fine. So these leaves are nothing but lateral appendages and flattened structures which born or arise on the branches or stem. And in the leaf we have this two types: simple leaf and compound leaf. So in the simple leaf, what happens? The lamina or the leaf blade is not fragmented or divided into the divided. Okay, that is known as a simple leaf. And the next one is a compound leaf. So in compound leaf, what happens? This lamina. Okay, so that is the flattened structure of this leaf is called as a leaf blade or a lamina. Okay, and this central part, it is known as the central vein, that is midrib. And here these are the veins, and it is tip of the leaf. And you see this stalk of the leaf, this part is known as a petiole, and the appendages which arise at the base of this petiole, they are known as stipules. So this is the structure of a leaf. Okay, having these veins, midrib, and this flattened hole. The flattened structure is known as a leaf blade or lamina, and this stalk of this leaf is called as a petiole, and the two appendages which arise at the base of the petiole are known as stipules. So in the leaf we have two types: simple leaf and compound leaf. And in the simple leaf, what happens? The lamina or this leaf blade is not fragmented. Okay, that is the simple leaf. And the compound leaf, in compound leaf, what happens? The lamina or this what is that leaf blade is fragmented into leaflets. Okay, they are fragmented into leaflets. Okay, and these leaflets arise on a common axis called as rachis. Okay, you see here, this is a simple leaf where this leaf blade or lamina is not fragmented, and whereas in case of compound leaf, what happens? The leaf blade is fragmented into leaflets. You see, these are the leaflets, and these leaflets. And in the compound leaf, we have this pinnate and palmate. In the pinnate, what happens? Okay, so in case of this pinnate leaf, compound leaf, the leaflets which are arranged on the rachis on either side of it. Okay, so pinnate leaf, compound leaf, in which the leaflets are arranged on this rachis. The central axis is known as rachis on either side of the rachis. Okay, and next one is a palmate leaf, compound leaf. Okay, here what happens? The leaflets are arranged at the tip of the petiole. Okay, so this is petiole, and these leaflets which are arranged at the tip of the leaf petiole in a palm like structure. Okay, like digits of a palm. Okay, digits like the digits of a palm. These leaflets are arranged at the tip of the petiole. This is the petiole, and at the tip of this these leaflets are arranged like the digits of a palm. That is why it is known as a palmately compound leaf. Okay. And after that, phyllotaxy. Okay, so here what happens, the phyllotaxy is nothing but the arrangement of leaves on the branches, okay, on the stem. That is known as a phyllotaxy. Okay, in that we have two types: alternate phyllotaxy, and another one is a what is that term? Opposite phyllotaxy, and the third one is a oral phyllotaxy. Okay, so this phyllotaxy is nothing but arrangement of leaves on the stem or branches. And here in this phyllotaxy we have three types. One is alternate phyllotaxy, and the second one is opposite phyllotaxy, and next one is a oral phyllotaxy. Okay, let us see one by one. In case of this alternate phyllotaxy, the leaves are arranged alternatively. Okay, the leaves are arranged alternatively. Okay, and here, and a example for this is a hibiscus. That's what you can see the leaves are arranged alternatively. Okay, and at each node. And next, the opposite phyllotaxy, the leaves are arranged in pair at each node. Okay, in opposite. Okay, with each other. Okay. So here the example is a Calotropis. So in case of this opposite phyllotaxy, the leaves are arranged in pair at each node with in opposite to each other. And example for this is a Calotropis. Okay, here the leaves are arranged in pair at each node opposite to each other. That is a opposite phyllotaxy. Okay, and the next one is a oral phyllotaxy. Here, 3 or more leaves arise in whorls. Whorl means in circle. Okay. Here in oral phyllotaxy, 3 or more leaves arise in whorls at each node. Okay. Example for this is a nerium. You see what happens? Leaves, 3 or more leaves arise at each node. 3 or more leaves arise at each node in whorls. In whorls means in a circular fashion. Okay, and so that is and next these are the different types of phyllotaxy. That is the arrangement of leaves on the stem or branches. With that we have alternate phyllotaxy, opposite phyllotaxy, and whorled phyllotaxy. Okay, and after that we have this modifications in leaf that we will discuss in the tomorrow's class. Okay, with this we conclude here and continue tomorrow. Thank you.